It's quantity versus quality. So they work the hours. I mean, you're brand new. I remember when I started at PW in Oak Brook, Illinois. I didn't know anything, and I remember erasing files because I really didn't know Lotus back then. I remember not understanding how to put a spreadsheet together. I remember having to do things over and over and over. Yet I had to account for my hours, and it was painful. And so I do believe that we need to go from production to outcomes. It's no different than when COVID was about us. We needed to go from proximity, people being next to each other, to intentionality. Right? It wasn't about the cheeks in the seats anymore because the cheeks weren't in the seats; they were at home. And so we need to shift the mindset from from production to outcomes. Now, the argument to that is, well, Alan, how are we going to record our revenue? How are we going to, percentage of completion or project work? How are we going to do that? And I remember telling my former COO, CFO, well, so you're going to put all these hours in from a first year associate. I remember as I just said to you, what I was like when I was a first year associate. The hours mean nothing. They don't mean anything because it's not indicative of the progress that we were making on the project because I was messing things up. And so let's whiteboard this and think from the start. How do we do this? What would it take? Not can we? What would it take to accrue revenue for projects that we've probably been doing year over year without hours? Maybe we have better project management. Maybe we ask the question of the manager, how far along are we and how much revenue should we record, et cetera. So I think there's a pathway. It's just a very, very, I can't say enough varies. It's very, very hard because you're going to change mindset and and you're going to change human nature. And human nature is data and the hours. And somebody, so again, I think that it's just an enormous shift and firms are not willing to do it. I was having